my channel on this Monday, April 8th, 2024. Post-eclipse. It was kind of a dud here in Massachusetts, I think. I put the camera on it, but we had hazy overcast, and I put the camera on, but I haven't looked at the video yet, so I don't know. It didn't get, I thought I read it was going to get like over 93% of the sun would be blocked in this area. So I thought it was going to get a lot darker. I was busy, I wasn't paying attention. I just set the camera up and I was doing a project with my honeybees, cleaning out the hive. You know what? It's 70 degrees in the house. It's 51 outside. It's nice outside with just a t-shirt, but it's already too hot in the house. I think I'm going to be turning the heat off for the season. Let me take this off. Oh. Yeah, I just got back from Melrose House of Pizza. I didn't clean that too well. And I got myself a steak tip dinner with rice and a salad and a side of onion rings. I haven't eaten all day, which means I haven't eaten for over, or maybe, might be, I don't know. I don't think it's quite 24 hours, but I am so hungry. I had a couple of glasses of water. Ended up doing a project, just wasn't planned. I just ended up doing it. Said, well, I'm started, I might as well finish. That's the onion rings. Oh man. It's gonna make a popping sound. Here we go. Yeah, they have a shish kebab with like peppers and onions, but I don't think they put a marinade on that. I'm probably going to eat I won't eat all of it. Is that water? You know what? I don't think I have A1 steak sauce. I can't tell you how hungry I am. Nice salad. I'm just going to use my fingers here. some Coke that I picked up, 2-liter bottle last time. I went to Melrose House Pizza, which was just a couple of days ago. They didn't have any baklava. I got one last piece of that Entenmann's cheese Danish left, but I've got like a muffin in the freezer I can defrost. I don't know, I'm feeling like some A1 steak sauce. Let me get the plastic. Oh, never mind. Let me go see if there's any A1 steak sauce. My surprise, I had some. It's practically full. So, 1 o'clock I go out. I'm just curious to see if there's any bee activity, because it's warm out. And there's robbing going on, but there's no activity. So I pretty much had an inkling or a suspicion that my hive didn't make it. So I opened it up, and sure enough, they died. And so all of a sudden I'm like, well, let me clean this up. So I start cleaning up the hive. I'm like, oh, let me take out all the honey. Let me take out all the old comb, scrape down all the frames, tighten up all the wires, put new foundation on. So I was out there like 1 o'clock, then 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock rolled around. came in to check on, because it seemed like it got dark or dimmer. So I came in to check to see what the time was, and I think they said around 3:23 in the afternoon for Massachusetts. So I set the camera up, put it on record. I don't even know if it's focused, and just went about cleaning, doing this bee project. So 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I think I came in like 6 o'clock, 6:30. I said one more frame. Then I said one frame was broken. I said I'll just leave that alone. And I was counting down. I was down to 5 frames. It seemed like such a insurmountable task to get through the last 5. But I got count down to 4, 3, 2, 1. Scraped out all the old honey in the comb. Put on new foundation. There's still a hive somewhere around here. I don't know if it's somebody else is keeping bees or it's a wild swarm. But they were happy to take as much honey as they could. I just know I'm going to feel this tomorrow. I'm going to be sore. It was just a lot of scraping and with the hive tool. Now I couldn't place the smell, and then I remember in a comment somebody mentioning this old bee comb when it gets really brown and it's been used for a couple of seasons. You wouldn't believe what it smells like. It smells like tobacco. So the old crystallized honey that I have, that I separated from the old comb, and I'm getting all the wax melted that I can, it sort of has not really a taste, but maybe an aroma of like tobacco, and it's very dehydrated. So I'm not going to use it. I think I might just put it out for the bees. They'll refilter it and use it. Some of the frames I put in like 3 seasons ago, I think. I just never got around to swapping them out. But I have honey that was made this year, and it's in white comb. So I'll be able to separate that honey and get some nice beeswax from it too. That's all honey. I brought it inside. I have 5 buckets of comb and old honey. So hopefully I'll get a lot of wax out of that. But I left that honey in there way too long. It's really not usable. I mean, it tastes good. It's honey, but it's old honey. the cabinet, and you discover it in the back, and it's all solidified and crystallized, and you have to like slowly reheat it in a water bath to make it usable again. Oh yeah. I can't believe I worked out there for like over 5 hours. So I read that people in Maine were offering their yards for $20 to $40 a pop for people to park so they could watch the eclipse. I can't believe anybody would do that. So you have to bring a bucket of water out. You have to have a bucket of water with you, because honey just gets all over your hands while you're taking a knife and separating the comb and the honey from the frame. Just gets all over everything. So I'm not gonna buy any bees. Hopefully, if I catch a swarm, I catch a swarm. I gotta process. I want to make some nice clean wax and make some wax candles. I saw a YouTube video where they have just used an old crock pot. Crock pots aren't that expensive. I don't want to use mine. I don't want to get wax all over it. It's like whatever you use for processing honey, it's once you use it, it's dedicated to that. Processing honey and wax. You don't use it for anything else. It's kind of dangerous to do it in the house too, so just plug it in and do it outside, or do it on a propane heater, excuse me. A propane burner. I'm so tired, I don't think I can edit any videos. I've been spending time freeing up space on my computer. I had all these gardening video footage that I just processed, and I have an external hard drive to save the videos that have been rendered, so I don't store them on my computer. And get rid of all these folders with all this raw footage on it. Now I'm down to, I think I have 3 videos. Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3 videos, and then this one. So I have 3 videos I have to render, and then this one for ASMR content. But I'm just so tired right now. Oh, what time is it? It's 9:30. Oh. Which reminds me, it's gone 26 minutes and 52 seconds so far. I'm glad I got that done though. I don't want all that old wax and honey sitting there in the hive. It's attracting pests, you know. Watch, we don't have a spring this year. Watch, we go right into summer. We've had so much rain, storm after rainstorm. I was researching makes it sound like I'm doing some college project or something. I was Googling native plants for this area for attracting hummingbirds, and I came across this TED Talk on YouTube, and this woman was a horticulturalist. Excuse me. And they took these York City, and they transformed them into parks with, you know, um, wildflower plantings. I mean, it looked like it was still on pillars, on, it's over the water. But they made these, big parks out of it, with these huge areas with natural um, cover of flowers and native plants to that area. As soon as they put that in, they started seeing insects and wildlife that they hadn't seen in a while. And this woman was discussing how, everybody conforms to these ideas of lawns and trimmed hedges and all that. And basically your yard is like it's an environmental desert. It's the complete void of anything beneficial to the wildlife in your area. And I started thinking that recently too. Everybody, they have all these trimmed hedges, all these plantings that aren't even, they're not even native species, They have them all pruned and trimmed. They take away with leaf blowers, which is another thing, reduces the quality of life. Everybody's accepted, even though everybody hates them. I don't know anyone that said, boy, I hope there's a lawn service this morning that's going to be firing up their leaf blowers. But everybody cleans up their yards, or they have somebody else do it. Then they come home when it's dark out after they worked. They don't even use their yard, and nobody has time to stop and say, wow, that's a nice yard. Nobody does that. And then the people that actually own the yard, the property, they don't even have time. I don't know if it was in a class, this whole concept of manicuring one's property and controlling nature goes back to like the Pilgrims and sort of like a religious thing. Then you have in the Elizabethan times, had all these like grand gardens where everything was shaped, to certain design rules and principles. I probably mentioned it on my gardening channel. I don't know why I did this. I bought them. Why did I get rid of them? I could have managed them. But I bought 3 varieties of goldenrod. And I've seen goldenrod in New England. I was at a light once in the city. And right there, coming out of a crack in the pavement, there was goldenrod, and it was like, I don't know, 2 feet high. I bought this goldenrod, 3 different varieties. One of them was like 6 feet, over 6. I didn't know they got that big. It was over 6 feet high. It was ridiculous. Then I planted a patch on the front, and it spread, but it was only about 2.5 feet, 3 feet tall. And I decided, because it really just spread it really liked that area, I should have just left it alone, because that's why it was spreading, because it liked the area. It's a pretty dry spot in the wintertime. But I ripped it all up, put some grass seed down, and now it's all, of course, it's all weeds. There's no grass, hardly any. And I thought that's what I kept. I know I planted a patch in the back, but it must be because it was different soil type. I grew to like 6 feet tall. Unless it's either the soil type or it didn't make it, and it still had some of the old taller stuff. I didn't get it all, and that came up. I don't think so, though. But what I'm getting at is when I tore up all that goldenrod, I felt real bad afterwards because I saw these small praying mantis. I haven't seen praying mantis in such a long time. And then I thought about it. I said, gee, I must have created a nice environment for praying mantis because everybody's got lawns. That's why you don't see praying mantises. And they need something where you get a lot of flowers, attracting a lot of insects. And there must be some symbiosis going on because you planted it's not just a coincidence, planted the goldenrod, and then probably praying mantises, it might be one of their natural habitats and they can smell it and it attracts them. And I had a nice big patch of it, and I created a little ecosystem that was beneficial to insects, and then I tore it all up. So it ended up getting me thinking in my whole lawn, do not plant chives on your property. Do not plant chives. It's the biggest mistake. I have chives all through my lawn, and they create these little bulbs, these little tiny bulbs, and you can't get rid of them. The only way you're going to be able to get rid of them, and I was giving it some more thought, is you have to either take a shovel, dig it up. You can't sift it. Dig it up. Move that soil. Either get rid of it or move it someplace else where you can, I was thinking maybe putting it in a metal bucket and heating it up. Maybe I could take a blowtorch to it, heat it up, destroy all the bulbs. Either way, if you just miss one, the whole process starts all over the way. I was just looking right now, the lawn is starting to wake up. There's more chives now in the lawn than before. The last year. Every year is getting progressively worse. It's the only way you could do is have somebody come in and just scrape all the 1 foot of the topsoil away, 6 inches, and then put new topsoil on. I think supposedly if you pour vinegar on it or something like that, I'm not going to use Roundup or something like that. I want a more natural setting. So I was out in the backyard today. The sun was going down. I was out there all day. The sun was going down, and out came the rabbit. The New England, what's it called? The cottontail rabbit. So I think I got the droppings all on the lawn, and I think they're smart enough where they stake out a territory. So this rabbit has staked out this yard as part of its territory. they fight too, because every once in a while I find big tufts of fur, you know, where I've seen online how rabbits fight for territory or mating, and that can be pretty vicious. You know, they do these kicks, but I gotta put a fence off an area of the yard to make sure that this rabbit doesn't have access to it. I bought some red Eastern Columbine seeds. Then I didn't know that there's a, what's it called? It's a swamp hibiscus, but it's got another name too. I didn't know that there's a hibiscus that's native to New England. And I bought one of those, and I bought some more. Lobelia seeds, I think it's lobelia. I think it was called Vermont Meadows or something like that. So it's a local place too. That you can get native species of plants. And I did exactly what this woman said not to do on this TED Talk. You know, in the fall, when all the flowers are spent, everybody usually cuts everything down, throws everything out. Well, things like bee balm, they get these long stalks and they're hollow. A lot of those are hiding places for like insects over winter. The native swamp hibiscus, it has these big stalks that are left over after the flowers, and there's sort of like a protection, like a fort. And there's a native sparrow, not the European sparrow that you're familiar with, which is an introduced pest. But there's a native sparrow that hey, when you get like a piece of lettuce in between your lip and your gum and your lip and your gum, that sparrows and the European sparrow usually they'll make nests in any nook and cranny in the house if they can get in. But this native sparrow they found a sparrow's nest in the middle of one of these bushes that they hadn't trimmed. Or cleaned up. But there's been like a excuse me, there's been like a total collapse of the insect population, you know. There's just all this loss of habitat. That's extra 14 minutes. Yeah, I'm hoping I didn't put I put this bag on a piece of newspaper because I had it sitting on a bucket that had all this this comb in it, but I hope that it didn't tear the bag in any way when I took it out of the shed for this video. I think I better put it in, oops, I think I better put it in another bag too, double bag it. So I had just a top piece of wood, not a complete frame, to fill in the space. And they made this. So this is, naturally, excuse me, this is how they make it, natural comb. When they don't have, you sort of force them to fill up a template with these frames, But they didn't have the frame, so they just, I think there were 2 of these. And this has nice, this is last year's honey, not the old. But you can see how white this comb is here, and it's still pliable. And yeah, take a bite here. Although I'm like, I might have a cup of tea. Maybe that'll give me a little bit of a boost to do some editing tonight. Wow. That is, that's honey. That's sweet. That's a sugar overload. Yeah, this wax here will melt really nice. I'll cut around the honey here. Although there's only cells on this side that are filled. The other side, this is empty. I think my bees died because they had a mite overload. There was a lot of dead mites on the bottom of the hive. Yeah, this honey's still, that's why you have to use this year's honey, because when you break the cells, it drips easily, leaving the wax behind. You can see it dripping. It has not crystallized yet. Excuse me. Yeah, so I got a whole bag here. I gotta melt this honey, this wax. Well, thanks everyone for stopping by. Now I got all the wax stuck in my molars. And thanks for your continued support. Oh, my back's going to be sore too. Did I tell you I bought a weight bench? But I haven't taken it out of the box. I think I've had it for months now, maybe longer. Then I bought I know what you call it. It's a thing for being able to do pull-ups. Not the thing that goes in the doorway, but a standalone frame. You can do pull-ups and what do they call them? Where you lower yourself. I think that's for like the pecs. That's still in the box. So, you start getting a certain age, you start losing all your muscle mass. Man, I got honey over everything. So yeah, thanks everyone, and thanks for using the Amazon affiliate link in the description to make any of your Amazon purchases, and yeah, appreciate your comments and your continued support. And until next video, everyone, thanks for watching. Till next video, bye.